what is up? It is GVK Collectibles, and it's Mythical Mountain Monday. So, with today's episode, it's going to be a little different. It's actually going to be like a throwback episode of where I actually go and talk about some of the comics that I got. Not necessarily from Mythical, but the other week, as y'all know, you probably guys checked out Jack's Pop Guy and What's in the Box Wednesday. You need to go his overview of his whole kind of haul he got from the Funko con that we went to over the weekend, which was really fun. It was really cool. I got a lot of cool pieces, a lot of cool Godzilla pieces. I finally got the neon City Glow Godzilla that I've been looking for. But we also went other places, of course, because Orlando is pretty dang cool with a lot of nerdy stuff down there. Like a lot of great comic book shops. Like there's a few there's a few Coliseums. There's Mike Comics, which is really great. There's also like other comic book shops as well, like Living Dead. And so I just wanted to take a look at some of the comics that I got. We also went to a few others. I think there was a few that I went to in Collective, I believe. Not Collective, but it was, I forget where it was at exactly, but it was in, it was one of the comic book shops we actually visited way back when we did our Disneyland trip, when that whole week was that. So I figured first I'm going to talk about some of the comics that, just show you some of the comics that I got from that are more modern kind of comics, just because it makes a little bit more sense. So first one I got, this was really beautiful. I don't think I had the opportunity to pick this up at Mythical, but it was a the Trials of Magneto Scarlet Witch cover from Peach Mokoto, which looks absolutely fantastic. I really love the look and design of this one. And of course, this has been probably one of my favorite series. I actually don't know if I have this one. I actually may do, but it is a Vengeance of Vampirella #1 from the newest series that came out, I think, 2 years ago? It seems like? I can't remember. I think it came out in 2019, at the end of 2019, so it looks really fantastic cover. One series that I actually didn't get to pick up that I need to actually read is Army of Darkness 1979. So I have no context for this. All that I know is it's set in New York, which is really interesting. It's kind of cool to see Army of Darkness / Evil Dead Comics kind of come. Dynamite continue to do these, so I'm very excited to read that. Now these ones I got all at the same shop. I can't remember the exact shop name, but I will get the link down below. This one isn't the exact comic, so before you freak out, this is actually a reprint. It is of Werewolf by Night 32, and the biggest known thing about this issue, it is the first appearance of Moon Knight. So you're actually going to see kind of a theme going on here next, which is really cool. This is the first debut issue of Moon Knight. He clearly looks a little different than he does, that we all know him from, like the original series and even now. Very much really cool. It's really cool that they're showing off Moon Knight, just because he is going to be coming up in the Oscar Isaac show next year, which is going to be really awesome. And we got a few more. Here's Moon Knight #2 variant from David Finch, which looks really cool. Looks really well done. I actually don't know if this is actually like the Jed MacKay series, actually. I wonder if this is an older series. I'm just going to double check it really quickly for y'all. Oh no, this is the new series, so yeah, and it actually has the legacy number right there, so this is technically Moon Knight 202, which is really cool. I actually really want them to continuously kind of put out comics like that. The only comics that I'm reading right now from Marvel that don't do this are the X-Men comics, which doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, it kind of makes sense because the main X-Men book isn't called Uncanny X-Men, so it is really sad. But it is a beautiful David Finch cover. And this really cool one. So this one was actually from back in the day. This is actually an older comic. It is from Moon Knight 25, I believe, and it's a kind of lenticular cover that goes in and out of, like, it looks really cool. I really dig this kind of look. I think it was because of it's a legacy issue for Moon Knight, which looks really cool. But anyway, to continue on with the Moon Knight train, so something that I am starting to do as a collector is I'm actually starting to collect Moon Knight's original series. So I do have issue #1, but I managed to get issue 4, 5, 7, 8, 11, 14, 16, 35, and 36. And I think 30. Yeah, wait. Yeah, 30. Is it 30? No, this is issue 16, I believe, actually. So there is a bit of a jump gap. So main reason I'm collecting this is I've been actually really enjoying the Jed MacKay series as of late. As like Moon Knight was generally one of those characters I knew about and I really enjoyed, but really I didn't know too much about him. So it was really cool opportunity to actually jump into the series, the new Jed MacKay run, which is absolutely, so far, only 2 issues in. I think the 3rd issue comes out this week, if I'm right. But the series actually looks really phenomenal. I'm very excited to get these, because these are very much the Marvel. This book started within the 80s. I really love the 80s look and design of a lot of these comics back then, especially from Marvel. I really dig the look of them. They look really cool. And some of the covers on these frickin' Moon Knight books are absolutely phenomenal. They look amazing. Like this one, I think, is out of all the ones that I've gotten so far in my collection, this is probably my favorite one. But yeah, I'm just going through all the comics too, which look really good. Like all of these look absolutely phenomenal. Like, and still, this is like an older series. This, I think, ran from 80 to 84, I believe. So it ran for 4 years, which is pretty dang good, I would say, for a comic book series. And also really cool because these also guest star a lot of different characters, like this next issue right now I'm going to show it. It features the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, so that's very interesting, although I don't know what capacity that team is of the version of this particular team in the 80s, so that should be cool. And with the final issue being 36, which is all really cool. I actually got these, some of them from different stores, most of them from Living Dead, a few of them from, I think, there's, I think, a few from Coliseum. I got quite a bit of them from Acme Comics too, which is really cool. So yeah, that's it for Moon Knight. So this next one is, as y'all know, I'm a really big fan of Vampirella and Red Sonja, so this is going to be primarily a lot of Dynamite and even older stuff too from that. So we actually got this one, which was really cool. This is actually a homage cover from Frank Thorne, tribute cover to the Legends of Red Sonja, which is, I think, done all by these different writers, these creative teams. So Gail Simone is a part of this, and this is really cool. It's very vintage looking, like based off like kind of the Marvel comics from back in the day, which look absolutely cool. I really enjoy that. So one thing that you will notice, like issue 1 is technically a 1 out of 4. Then the series eventually jumped through to a 5-issue mini, which is really cool. And all these, I have most of the issues. 2 and 3, 1, 2, and 3 are the Frank Thorne covers, which look absolutely incredible. I really ripped him. These covers look really cool because they have that kind of vintage look of the old Red Sonja series from Marvel, which I really enjoy. Really cool. Very pretty. Then we got the Legend of Red Sonja, which looks really amazing. Like, this is actually the regular cover. As you can tell, it's the old Dynamite issue, but all I'm missing is issue 4, so I'll probably find that somewhere. I'll be on the lookout for it. But it looks really cool. I really love the look of these comics. And of course, there is a one-shot here called Red Sonja Goes East, which is really cool. It's a bigger, thicker kind of issue, but really beautiful art. All the covers, I think, on Red Sonja are absolutely phenomenal. Next is Vampirella Classic. I actually do have issue 1 and 2, so this was back in when Harrison had the license, and Harrison Comics, they actually reprinted a lot of the classic, those initial original Vampirella stories, so like Vampirella's first appearance, and eventually some other like backups too. This is all the original stories of Vampirella, which is really cool, that are reprinted in this kind of form. So I got this issue, and they also have this amazing kind of they have the amazing kind of tribute cover where it's the original art from those original issues. And I got issue number 4 too, which looks really good. I really love this. Like, a lot of the classic Vampirella art is really well done and really beautiful. Then, of course, I got Vengeance of Vampirella number 0, the Mystery Walk 0. I actually don't know if I actually have this one already, but I am just kind of a sucker. I pick up anything I could find of Vengeance of Vampirella, that original series, because I am in the midst of collecting it. I only have, like, technically, I only have 3 issues to collect after in this series, so to complete the run, so I'm very happy about that. So yeah. Okay, so let's jump into my final comics, and as y'all know, I'm a Godzilla nut. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you can see back here, it's all Godzilla, and some Gundams, of course. As you know, I'm Godzilla crazy. So, you know, I always look out for Godzilla comics as a whole. So I actually got really lucky. I actually found a lot of the older IDW stuff that came out. So most of this is going to be the older IDW stuff, and I actually don't have these particular covers. So I managed to find issues 3, 2 to 5 of Godzilla Raging Across Time. I actually have this comic as a whole. Like, I actually have this original run. But I only have the main covers. With this, I found the variant covers, which is really, really cool. So you got, like, these really, really beautiful, well-done covers from each different artist. I actually don't know who the artist of this particular one is, but it is really, I'll put it right there. But here's for issue 2. Issue 2 focuses on Godzilla in ancient Greece, fighting the gods, like Zeus and everybody, which is really, really cool. Very, very cool issue. This is actually a really, really cool series. If you do find a trade of this at your local comic book store, or if you just like get this off Comixology, I would say definitely pick up reading it, because it is really cool. It was actually one of IDW's last Godzilla comics till Monsters and Protectors came out. So it's really, really cool to see this this is kind of like the last series of that big old like the golden age, where there was like I felt like a Godzilla comic coming out like every few weeks. Like, you had Rulers, you had Cataclysm, you had this, you had Godzilla Hell. You had a lot of cool Godzilla comics coming out in the day. Then we have number 3, which focuses on, it has Megaguirus, and it is an ancient, I think like in the medieval ages of the Black Plague, and it looks really, really phenomenal. You got this knight, and you got Mothra and Megaguirus fighting in the background. It looks really, really cool. The knight actually kind of, not gonna lie, kind of reminds me of Keanu Reeves a little bit. Maybe like a little, kind of say, hey, this is what he did in Berserker, so in between time, so that'd be pretty funny. Then we got this cool one. I actually don't know the context for this particular issue, but it looks really, really cool. I really love the art design of it, like the architecture, like you got the elephant right there, guy riding the elephant with a bow and arrow, then got Godzilla in the background. It's really, really cool to see the idea of Godzilla just going through like these ancient civilizations that have like really beautiful architecture and like kind of going through them, which looks really, really cool. And I also wondered, because this came out after, I think this came out after 2014, so it kind of makes sense of that. It's kind of a cool idea of like, hey, Godzilla going throughout time to see how he is. This one is really, really cool. This is actually from, I believe, Jeff Zondero. It is issue number 5, which is like basically it's set, and he actually does this issue as well. It is set during the dinosaur age of Godzilla going through the dinosaur age, which is really cool. And it also kind of gives reveal of like humans on Earth, which is really, really cool. Which I feel like it's so sad that they didn't pick up with anything like a continuous series after this. But it's really, really cool. You got Godzilla fighting Kaiser Ghidorah. Then you got like these Allosauruses killing these Brontosaurus, like these kind of unique looking Brachiosauruses, which I really love. Like, I really love the unique interpretation of the dinosaurs within this issue. They don't traditionally look like how you would think like JP dinosaurs, or Jurassic Park dinosaurs, or even Godzilla dinosaurs look, but it looks really, really good. This next one is I'm always like looking for these issues because the series was so freaking popular. It's actually the reason it got me back into Godzilla. It is Godzilla Rulers of Earth. This is issue number 7. This is a Matt Frank cover, of course, which looks absolutely phenomenal with Jet Jaguar, one of my probably favorite kaijus. Well, giant robot, I would say, of the Godzilla series. He's really, really cool, and you got Godzilla right there. This actually was the book that got me into reading comics again, really a lot. This, I would say, Prometheus, just because I knew Matt Frank was on it, and I really like Matt Frank's like Neo Godzilla designs from back in the day, so it was really, really cool for me to see this, him be on a comic book, which is really, really cool, and I really love the look and design of it, which looks really, really awesome. And this one is really, really cool. It isn't the centerpiece of the whole of what I've gotten, but this is really, really cool. It's actually issue number 1 of Godzilla Rulers of Earth, which I was really excited. This is actually, they call this cover, which is very interesting. I thought it was meant to be subscription cover, but it's more of a variant, and this is a beautifully done Art Adams #1 of Gigan, which looks absolutely phenomenal. Art Adams is kind of some, like, I would think him and Matt Frank are really cemented with the Godzilla, like, in comic books and illustration. Him and Bob Eggleton, there we go, I got it right, are really kind of centerpieces of the Godzilla franchise when it comes to comics and, like, literature, which I really, really love. Like, just looks beautiful. Like, Art Adams is always a win for me in any really in any context, really. So with the last two, these are pretty cool. So I'm going to show off this one, and this one's really, really cool. It's a little bit of a lower grade, but I really love how I have this book. It is issue #1 of Devil Dinosaur. This is the first appearance of Devil Dinosaur, who actually went on to fight Godzilla in the main the Godzilla book, the Marvel Godzilla book that actually came out, which is really, really cool. And it also features Moon Boy, the first human ever, who's been replaced by Moon Girl, which I apparently like from, I think, in 2016, I believe, when that was all new, different Marvel. But apparently I heard that book, like, I really wanted to jump on that book and read that book, because dinosaurs are always a win for me when it comes to comic books, so, but I never got the opportunity to read it. But I really love the absolute look of this book. It looks really fantastic. It has the really cool, like, the Marvel kind of comic, like, design I really love. I love the Marvel Comics group. Then you got the little silhouette of the character right here in top, which looks really cool. This is from 1978. So, yeah, I actually think Devil Dinosaur and Godzilla actually made their debut in the same year, if I'm correct. Which I will put in annotation. No, I'll actually look at the comics that I actually have on my wall right there. But this is really, really cool. I saw it, I was just like, I had to have it. It is a little bit of a not so much of a gooder grade. It's a 4.0, which is right on here, which is fine, because I think of the circle really ruins it, like the marker. But ultimately, I think it's a really, really cool comic book. I'm really glad to have the character, because I think dinosaurs are just cool. So, with the final book in the collection, in this thing that I got, I've been looking for this comic everywhere, and I was super, super happy to get this book finally. And I was super excited. I actually got this from Acme Comics, which is a phenomenal, like, it's a cool store, because they have a lot of stuff. They have a lot of comics, they have a lot of collectibles. But anyway, let me get on with it. It is Godzilla vs. Barkley, aka Charles Barkley, from the Dark Horse. This is readers in awe as Godzilla battles Charles Barkley in a cataclysmic game of hoops, the likes of which have never been seen, haven't been witnessed by man. This is just super cool, because this is just a really big corner centerpiece of Godzilla history, where I think there was like a Nike commercial back in the day of where Godzilla fought Charles Barkley, and then eventually Dark Horse, who had the rights to the comics at the time, they actually got the rights from Marvel. They actually produced this little mini, this crossover comic, which is kind of, it's really, really funny, because we actually don't really, with a few exceptions here and there, like with Godzilla vs. Kong, of course, and like whatever, a lot of the stuff in Japan, like a lot of the promotional stuff, you don't really see crossovers like this with Godzilla, like these more outlandish, crazy crossovers, which is really, really cool. Like, this is really, really cool to see. I would really love to see IDW, like Toho, to kind of let loose and do, like, because IDW has a Transformers license, you could do a Transformers versus Godzilla crossover, which I think would be absolutely phenomenal to do. But who knows? They have the license right now, so maybe that might be down the pipeline, or maybe it's just a pipe dream. Who knows? But yeah, very, very excited. This is actually, I think they said that this was like graded at a 9.0, which is really, really great. But this is one of the holy grails, I think, of my collection, along with issue #1 of Godzilla, both my regular one and my graded one. I actually have another one, which isn't the best condition, but I'm glad to have the issues either way. So yeah, that is it for Mythical Mountain Monday. It's a bit of a funner, ridiculous kind of show. A very small one, just because I didn't have an opportunity to read a lot of my comics this week, just because I've been busy with work and everything. So there's that. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit like and subscribe and hit the little bell notification so you get notified when we upload Mythical Mountain Monday, What's the Box Wednesday, and Figure Review Fridays. So a thing to note about Figure Review Fridays, we are going to be doing the Superman eventually. I think not this week, maybe this week actually. Not this. Yeah, this actually coming week. But then we're going to actually take a pause on this because on the death metal wave, just mainly because October's coming around the corner, and I'm going to dedicate that whole month to horror figures. I have a lot down the pipeline. I have Frankenstein, the Puppet Master figures, the Quint, which I think you guys saw on YouTube, on my Instagram page, and also Jason hopefully should be out by that time. So the Part 7 Jason, which is one of my most anticipated horror figures this year. So that will be coming eventually too, which I'm very, very excited about. So mainly we'll focus on a lot of horror stuff this month. Then next month we'll get back into doing what we've been normally doing. We'll finish off the Death Knight's Metal Wave and do whatever reviews that I have on backlog, because I have quite a bit that I forgot. There's a lot that I need to get to, but either way, we'll get to them. So that's what the plan is for October, just so y'all know. So if you miss out on, like, if there's a issue of, like, if not issue, but if you like don't see the Robin King review or the Darkfather Way review, that's the reason why, because I'm mainly focusing October on a lot of the horror stuff, mainly just because I love October. So with that being said, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and also make sure to check us out on Instagram, Mercari. All those links will be down below, and hopefully you guys have a great week, and peace, y'all.